Hello everybody and happy Mask Monday. This is Miss Jackie Russell and welcome to my channel. Guys, I have my mask on and I am using a Korean mask today, and it is a Karuna exfoliating face mask. It says it's for oily in combination, which I'm not sure if I have that exactly. I'm probably more normal now, but I used to have oily to combination skin, and I probably still do to a certain degree. So I have chosen to use this one today. I like this one, and I haven't used it in a while, so I thought I'd crack it out. I got this at FABFITFUN, and I've got some more ordered on the next sale, so I won't be running out anytime soon. But I can tell this is going to move around a little bit around my lips, so I'm going to try to hold it down. But before I do that, I want you to know on my eye patches, I've got the Lazy Princess 24 karat gold hydrogel eye patches, and those are from my Goldie box. And now I'm going to apply this mask, so I'll look like Jason here in a minute. There we go. I think I'm held in place here. Anyways, this is a great mask to revive and renew the skin. It reveals healthier looking skin, helps keep skin clean, and gently exfoliates dead skin cells. So that's what I'm using today. And it always, you know how some of the masks, they're just in there, but this has kind of a protective shield. So when I undid the mask, this was in there and the mask was up against there. And it's got lots of essence, and we're going to have us a nice little exfoliation and moisturizing going on. How are you all doing today? I want to welcome you all to my channel, and I want to say hello to all the Mask Monday ladies. Today we are going to do our product Empties, and I think this is for the last month, but there's a lot of them, so maybe it's developed for more than just a month. Okay guys, we're going to get started. Let me just rub this in a little bit more while we're talking. Make sure all the gel and everything's getting in good. Let's just start off with something good to eat. These were some chocolate covered sunny seeds that were sunflower seeds that I got out of my Truvalise box around the world. I think this was my Scotland box, and they were very tasty. I really enjoyed them. And then in one of my boxes, and I want to say it might have been Glossy box, I got these vitamins, FG, Heart, BG vitamins. It had a women's multivitamin gummies, some tanning gummies, and of course I don't know if any of them worked that great. I can tell you they tasted good. That part I can say. They were easy to chew up. And then I've used sponge gel. This is my old dried up sponge gel. This was the honey and almond, I think, infused. I'm not sure, but it is all gone. And if you haven't tried sponge jellies, I would highly recommend them. They're very good. You get about 14 uses out of it, and exfoliates your skin as it has emulsifiers inside the sponge gel, and it just really helps rejuvenate your skin. The next item that I used up was the Phillips Kingsley Styling. This is dry shampoo. It's One More Day Refreshing Dry Shampoo. And I would say overall this was pretty good. It's not my favorite, but it's not the worst I've ever used. So I'm going to give this about a 6 as far as a 1 to 10. The next dry shampoo I give a 10. This is Chi Luxury. It's black seed oil, and guys, this stuff is fantastic. It is the best I've ever found. I've used a bunch of different brands, and I always go back to this one. I find it on Amazon. It's good. That's all I can say. Is it doesn't bog your hair down. It makes it look nice, and even like thickens it a little bit, I think. I don't know. I just know even my hairdresser, when I've gone in using this when I haven't shampooed my hair for a few days, she's like, what are you putting in your hair? And this is it. So I mean, she even noticed it. Okay guys, the next thing that I'm pulling out of here looks like might be my mask that I used in the last few weeks. We had the Medihill. This was an air packing pink wrapped mask. It was a 2-part mask, and this was pretty good. I did have trouble keeping it on because I don't think I applied it right, and I didn't have one of these mask covers, but I would say it was still a great little mask, and it really had some nice essence. It was for firming and illuminating and replenishing the moisture in your skin. And then this here collagen face mask with the little piggy, and this is a Korean one, increase elasticity. This is a look at me or look at time face mask. This mask was great. I'm gonna have to say this has been one of my favorite ones. I'd be happy to receive this again and or to buy them. That was very, very good. And then I had I'm Red Wine Mask Sheet by Tony Moly, which this is a good mask too, and it's great for, you know, hydrating and everything. And this one, I would need to use one of these masks because it seems to be a little big for my face. But I do like it, and thank you, Arlene. I got that from her for my birthday. And then this here is my Real Squeeze Mask EX. And this was a Innisfree, but this was very lovely, and it had a nice rose scent. And then, of course, I used the Wonder Gold Patch Eye Mask, and I love those. They look really good. The next item I have was in my hashtag 2022 Advent Calendar project was the Giorgio Lotion. And I love Giorgio. I guess if everybody has a signature scent, I have used this perfume since 1980. My father-in-law bought George. He bought this for me, or didn't buy this, but he bought a Giorgio pack for me for Christmas, our first Christmas there in 1980. And him and his wife, they thought that, Lucille, that I would love this Giorgio. And it came with like a jacket. You know how you buy purchase with a purchase, or a gift with a purchase. It came with a white Giorgio sweat jacket that zipped up, and I still have that to this day. And I also have a red, like when Giorgio Red came out, they got me that with the red sweatshirt. Anyways, Giorgio is my favorite, I think, of all my perfumes, and I have a bunch of perfumes, but that one is my signature fragrance. And when I wear that, I get the most compliments when I wear Giorgio. Almost every time I wear it, someone tells me how good I smell. So since 1980, and now we're in 2022 and it's still working. Yep, that's why I still use it. That's why I have it, and I really liked it. I would recommend it to anyone. It's not very expensive these days. I guess it was back in the day, but not anymore. You can get it for around $19, $20. I do want to tell y'all a funny story on the Giorgio. When I worked in Corpus Christi as an ad executive, I was visiting one of my customers, and I don't know how old he was, but he wasn't too much older than me, or maybe around the same age as me. And I'd been in there several times, and we talked about his ads, and I did ads for him. But this particular day, I was talking with him, and I don't remember if I was around the counter. I think he came around the counter, and we were talking, and all of a sudden he just grabs my arm and just starts smelling it all the way up, you know, and I'm just like jerking back like, what are you doing? And he goes, oh my God, he goes, I'm so sorry. He said, I'm so sorry, I don't mean to be offensive. You just smell so good. And I was like, oh my God. Get yourself under control. Oh my gosh. Which he did. I mean, he composed himself real quickly and got back around on the other side of the counter. And he was so embarrassed, and I honest to God don't know what had him do that, other than the smell was so provoking to him. He was just literally smelling all the way up my arm. I was like really taken back, okay? Of course, he apologized, and, you know, we kind of joked about it from there on out. Whenever I would come in, I'd say, warning, I have Giorgio on. Don't sniff me up, so to speak. So it became a little joke. It was very funny in that sense. Anyways, that was way back in Corpus Christi, so that was, my goodness, in the 90s. So I was wearing it then, of course. I wear it still. So anyway, great fragrance. That's just the lotion. So anyways, if anybody asks you, that's my signature one. And then the next item I used, this is Hue and Grace. It's Renewing Night Serum, and I got this in the Karat box. And this was really enjoyable. I used it every night until it was all gone, and I think it did a really good job, and it didn't make my skin feel oily the next day. The next item I have is some Aveda Cherry Almond Shampoo, and this is very good. It's a softening shampoo. It's a sweet floral scent of almond and cherry, and it's really good. Matter of fact, I'm going to smell it one last time before it joins the trash pile. The next item I have is some Aloe Milk Cleanser 3-in-1, and this is by Graydon, and this was very good. I love this milk cleanser. It removed all my makeup, and it was very nice and pleasant. Just a good cleanser. I would repurchase that, I think. I have no idea how much it cost, though. It was probably expensive. Another product I would buy again is the Clinique Moisture Surge. If you're needing moisture, especially in the wintertime, I would highly recommend Clinique's Moisture Surge. You can put on all your moisturizers, your regular one, everything. And then you can just put some of this and tap it in all over, like tap, 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 or mat, or however you say that. Pat it all in right on top, and it gives you extra moisture for 72 hours. That's a great product. It really is. And it's non-comedogenic. Looks like I finished some Estee Lauder Revitalizing Supreme Plus, and this is for anti-aging cell renewal eye balm. And of course, I love Estee Lauder, and I like all their products, so this one's really good, and that's a good for a day wear. I finished off the Natrium. This is a vitamin C complex with hyaluronic acid, and I got this from Wicked Awesome Lifestyles from a winning, and it just happened to come right when I was out of vitamin C, and I was like, well, I'm going to put this to use right away. So I used it all up. It was very good. I have another Clinique Moisture Surge. I think this was in my hashtag 2022 Advent Calendar project a while back, and I used it all up. So I had two, and this was a full size, and I used it up. So I'm telling you, that stuff's good. I have a Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Serum Hyaluronic Acid, which, y'all know I use this all the time. I love it. It's great. I used up a Preferage, and I think this is Elizabeth Arden, and this is a nice little anti-aging serum. It was just a little sample, but it went well and worked well with all the things that I was using. This here was a rose gold mask, and it was a fusion sheet mask made in Korea, and it was very good. I really like this, and it smelled really good, like the rose, if you like the rose scent. And while we're on masks, there's one more in here, a Korean mask, the Calming Time Mask Sheet, which again, I got this from the Balmy box. Very good. Love all the Korean masks. This here is Swan Diabetic Skin Soothing Lotion, and it's more like a cream. I don't know why they call it lotion, but I use this on my feet, and of course y'all know I use it, or if you don't, I use it every day. I put some on in the morning, and I wrap my feet up and put on a pair of socks, and I walk around with my house shoes in the morning, and it keeps my feet soft. So I love that product, and I would buy it again. My next item is Dime. It is 100% pure hyaluronic acid serum, and I use this all up, and this was very good. I mean, I don't know if I can tell a difference between this and Estee Lauder. I just know Estee Lauder's been very good to me and my skin. I'm 62 years old, and I've used it most of my life, off and on. And there were some years in there that I kind of went back and forth with Clinique, but I always primarily stuck with Estee Lauder, and I still do. This here is Carmax. Carmax is a great little product, and I use it all up. I know there's a lot of fancy balms and stuff, but I'll tell you what, I use this every night before I go to bed. I put it on my lips, because they seem to want to get dry. But I'm going to tell you another thing you can use Carmex for. This small little jar. If you're going on a trip where you're going to be in the sun, or you get sunburned and you are burned in places that hurt, like around your bra area or down through the cleavage, or just any sensitive areas where you can hardly stand to have your strap on or whatever. When we were in Punta Cana a few years ago, I got burnt like that accidentally. And I don't know why, because I always do put sunscreen on, but for some reason, I think what happened is I didn't put it very well on in certain areas, and I got really burned, and it hurt. And so that night, the only thing I could think of, because I didn't have any aloe with me, is I thought, I've got this Carmex with me. I know this sounds horrible, but I rubbed Carmex on all those bad burnt spots on me in those sensitive areas. And I want y'all to know, the next morning the burn was gone. It was pretty much healed. It had no pain to it whatsoever. And of course, I was right back out in the sun the next day. No problem, no issue. So I don't think this is known as a sunburn balm, but I'm going to say you can. And if you get blistered skin under your arms or other places on your body, you can also use Carmex for that. Works wonders, and it's only $1. At the Dollar Tree now, it might be $1.25, but you can still find it for $1 at other stores. The next item I have is the Double Light Wear. This is Estee Lauder. It's a self-matte hydro makeup, and this is in 4C3. This is probably, it's a soft tan, and I use this and the Double Wear foundation. Anyway, I go back and forth between this little tube. This is a light coverage, where their other Double Wear, the full Double Wear, is more heavy coverage. So depending on how much coverage that you want. But I really like this. I mean, I already have another tube in there going. So yeah, I repurchase Estee Lauder all the time. This is the Estee Lauder, the Smoother. This is a Universal Perfecting Primer. It's a base primer. This here has like a silicone base in it, and I think that's why it's so smooth, and I do like this. It's my second favorite though. I like the mattifying primer better, but this is my second favorite, and I usually have both on hand. And this here was my Dior Lip Balm, and I liked it so much, it's still going. I was still trying to dig some out. Now this came as a duo, and I don't know where my other one is, but it's almost empty. It was $50, $25 for this and $25 for the lip plumper. And it's got pretty packaging, but I don't think I'd ever spend $50 again just for this balm, because it worked really good, but it didn't work better than any other brand. But the packaging was pretty, and it was in pink, so I just couldn't hardly resist. So anyways, it was good. And if it was on sale or anything like that, I might get it again. So I don't want to say I'd never purchase it, because I did like it, and it lasted a long time. This was in my Advent project for 2021 last year, and I didn't finish it up. And I took it out of the 2022, and I just tossed it in my purse, and it took me another half year to finish it. Okay, so it did last a long time, and I used it regular. My next item is some, I guess, is it Perricone MD? This is the Co-Plasma Plus Eye. I have to give you a warning on this. I have symphony eyes. I had cataracts in my 50s, and I got replacement, so cataract surgery, and I got a symphony lens in my left eye, and I have a regular lens in the other. When I was using this, I started having eyesight problems, and it became severe. I mean, I couldn't see. Everything was blurry, and they were irritated, and I was, rubbing them, and like just couldn't hardly stand to be in front of my computer. And I went to the eye doctor, and even my eyesight had gone down. I was supposed to have 20/20 with that Symphony eye lens, and I was still having it to some degree, but I think I was struggling trying to see. And I had been using this around my eyes, and it occurred to me, I tried this and it was new, so I quit using it, and my eyesight cleared up. And I thought, well, that must have been a coincidence. Well, I tested it and I used it again, and oh my gosh, the same thing happened. I started losing my eyesight. It was just blurry. I mean, I couldn't read. I usually can read all things, pretty good, except for maybe tiny. I'm talking about super tiny. But anyways, if you find that you're having blurry vision when using this product or any other product, if you all of a sudden, for no unexplained reason, start having problems with your vision, your eyes hurting, blah, 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 look at your eye cream. Now, I did finish this, but not on my eyes. I knew it was a good product. It's a Cold Plasma Plus, and so I used it on my neck and around my upper lip. So I did finish this off, but I would not buy this again just because, for some reason, it was not friendly to my eyes. Now, the next thing I have in here is a keratin. It's a Hask keratin protein packet. It was a soothing deep conditioner for my hair, and it was wonderful, and yes, I would use that again. And I think we are down to the end of my empties. Whoops, there's one more item in here. I did use up an Estee Lauder Perfectionist Pro. This is the Rapid Brightening, and it's got the vitamin C in it. So yeah, I like that. And I would definitely repurchase this, and I have bought a bottle of this. So yeah, I don't know if I have one right now. I've probably already used it up, but this is a great product. Okay guys, those are my empties for the last at least 45 days, maybe longer. I know this has gotten a little long, so I am going to take this mask off because it's been on for a good 20 minutes since we've been talking, and let's find out how it's done. It feels really good, and I had told you that I'm going to put some of this essence on my arm. I put the gold little patches on, and they feel good. We're going to take them off, and we're going to rub all this in. Yep. I'm going to take this all down my neck, and we're going to just let that absorb in. And that is another Mask Monday all complete. So guys, I hope you all have a wonderful Monday. Be sure and check my descriptions for any giveaways, any collaborations that are going on. And I do have a new collaboration coming out this Saturday. It is the National Friendship collaboration, and I can't wait for you all to see that. It is a fun collaboration. We sent us Susan, with Susan just making it, got us all together. So that'll be coming out on Saturday, so be sure and take a look at that. But as for today, that's all I have. And as usual, I wish you all a blessed and happy day. Bye-bye.